Hey everyone, this is Sohini from Dabble Lab, and welcome to I guess this is episode 6. Oops, I just forgot. This should be episode 5, and I am live, but please do let me know if the audio, video, music and everything's clear, everything's fine. That'd be helpful a lot. So yeah, can you help me with that? If you're watching me right now, just hit a message on the live chat. Then I'll come to know if everything's fine and if I can just go ahead and begin. So today's not gonna be a huge or lengthy stream because we're just gonna do some cool stuff, easy stuff, simple stuff, which are mostly confusing sometimes. But once we figure these out, it's gonna be easier for most of us. So that's the goal. I would do that. But yeah, I don't see a message popping in. Hey Ryan, thanks for joining. Okay, so I would begin. So for today, we're gonna understand how Sendgrid needs to be set up for an Alexa skill and how we can use that in most of our Alexa skills. So first, we'll get started by understanding what are the elements that are present inside of Sendgrid and how do we need to set them up. And then we're gonna move to our Alexa skill, and I would give you a demo of one of the skills I'm looking in right now about how I'm using the Sendgrid credentials in that particular Alexa skill to just create a emailing system. Like I would just give you I'll just explain about that. Like most of the times or let's say like the skill that I'm working on, I'll explain that to you. So that's a pretty basic Alexa. You're getting a bit of static in the audio. Okay, I will check that. Just give me a moment. Okay, is the audio better now? Not sure if it is. Ryan, if you can just confirm, because my microphone creates some trouble. Then only I'll move on, else I'll remove it. Okay, great. Yeah, so what happens is the jack, I don't know what's wrong with the jack, it just creates a very bad noise. This happened few days back also in one of the streams. Okay, that's cool, but I will still reduce the volume a bit. Okay, great. So if again you find the same issue, you can let me know, please. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so the skill that I'm building right now, it's kind of a personal assistant for somebody. So what happens is it's like a question answer skill. So you gotta ask about a person. Let's say we're creating the skill for someone who has got a couple of skills and who's got a couple of services, and people are willing to connect with that person. And let's say me, I am quite interested about that person and their services. So that skill is a good one for me. So what I gotta do is invoke that skill. Then the skill is gonna tell me about that person and the services that person offer. And now let's say I'm interested in one of their services and I would want to connect with that person. So what's going to happen is with that question, or maybe I would like to schedule an appointment with that person. So what's going to happen is every time I have a new question for that person, so I would ask that unknown question, and that person's going to get that question on their email system. Now how that's going to happen? So Alexa is using 2 emails in here, and those 2 emails are, they need to be of that same person, but it would be in 2 different names. Now I will give you a proper explanation of that once I start, because if I just say it right now, it's not gonna make sense. It's gonna be loopy. Hey Brito, thanks for joining. Okay, so we were talking about Sendgrid, and let me open my Sendgrid now. Alright, so the first thing that all of you gotta do is just go to Sendgrid and create an account for yourself. So that's free and quite easy. Now, we need to use Sendgrid for, so normally when you're using the Sendgrid credentials in your Alexa skill, what are the things that you need to, what are the things that you need to pick up from Sendgrid in your Alexa skill? So normally if you just go through the, sorry for that, I was working on something. So normally, wait a second, let me just open my, this is expired. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, so where's that? Just give me a second. Yes, so this is the skill that I'm working on, and I will move to the code. So I will open this. Okay, so in most of the in most of the Alexa skills that uses Sendgrid, so since these are external environment variables, so we have a .env file which stores all the important variables from Sendgrid, from your Sendgrid, and then you're using this. So the first thing that you gotta do is, whenever you know that there's a skill and you gotta use Sendgrid credentials or any other services credentials, so you gotta rename this to .env. It's normally sample.env, so you gotta rename it to just .and env. And then you'd find all these things in there. Just send email, then send API key, the Sendgrid API key, from nym and from email, and notify email. So what I am doing in here is this particular part. So how do we get all these things? Like, what's the from email and what's the notify email? I think most of the times that's the confusion. So for this particular skill, the from and the notify email is gonna be mine. It's just gonna be mine and nobody else's, because we are trying to set up a system that just gives the users unknown question, that's gonna send the unknown question to me. So what's gonna be the sent email, the email from which that question is coming to me? So that's gotta be mine. So that's number one. That is the sender email, so that's mine. And the to email is also mine. So what's happening is I'm using one of my emails to send me this unknown question that a particular user is asking me in the skill, and I'm just using the notify email so that I get the notifications of those questions in my email. Like, so am I making sense? So this is what I want to mean. So this is how I'm using the emails in this particular skill. So now what people mostly do is they just go in and just get the API key and just write in their send email and notify email, but that doesn't work, because now we're gonna go and check on Sendgrid how this gets done. So once you have your Sendgrid account set up, so I guess every time you log in, it asks you for authentication code. You can give that. So the first thing that you're gonna do is go to your marketing section, and then is my browser visible? Or I will just increase the, I think it's better now. So once you have this, you can see the left bar. In here you can just click on marketing, then you can hit on senders. So in this point of time, you have to make sure that you've configured the sender email in here properly, else this is gonna give you, this is not gonna work. Because if your sender, the email from which the email address from which all these messages are going to be emitted, if you don't compile or if you don't let Sendgrid know about it, that hey, this is it, inside of Sendgrid, in the sender management system, it's not going to work and you'll never find out what the error is. So yeah, so this is where it is. So when you come in sender, so you gotta hit on create new sender, and then you just gotta fill up all these things. I hope it's gonna be an easy part. You can do that. And once you do that, so if you're having this is somewhere I can do some brainstorming. So if you have a company that does this, what you can do is you can create an email address like info@xyz.com. XYZ would be the name of your company, or you can just do admin@xyz.com. That could be your sender email, so that it's easier for you to understand that, oh, okay, got it. Because when you use your names, it's a bit confusing most of the times. Like, I just got an email from my name, from what's that? So I just used my email because I don't have something like that. Of course, I could have borrowed the email address that Steve uses. But yeah, I just prefer to use this. Okay, so that's the sender email that I am using in here. This one. So now comes the API part. So how do you create an email API key? And so what you're gonna do is click on settings. Then you're gonna hit on API keys, and then you're gonna go on this create API key, and you're gonna name your API key, let's say demo test 1, because I guess we have a demo test. So you gotta just give it a name, and then you have 3 types of permissions. So it depends on what you're gonna do. So for this particular skill, I just don't need anything other than the send permission, because I'm just not doing a lot of things with the API keys. But yeah, you got a lot of functionalities. You can always check them over in here. So what I'm gonna do is hit on restricted access, and then I would scroll down to marketing. Where is that? Mail send, sorry. I just go to wait. Let me just check. I just mess up sometimes. So the mail send you should have full access to this. And then you should have full access to schedule sends as well. Who knows, you need that at some point of time. So you can do this. And once you've done that, then you're just create and view. Just hit on this. Okay, so but the other thing is, once you're copying it and using it in your skill, you can never again just hit on this API key and find out the key, because they don't show it to you. It's just for once and for all. That's, as you can see, it's written in here. So now what I'm gonna do is just copy this. I would move in here, and I can just rename it, but I'm already using one, and or maybe I can just rename it, although I'm not willing to, but I still did it. So I'm going to deploy it. So that's it. That's the Sendgrid thing. That's the part. So what are we doing? And then you hit on done. So what are the things that we're taking from Sendgrid? So number 1 is we are creating an API key that has got restricted access. And then inside of restricted access, we are hitting full control to the mail send and the schedule sends, so that just in case we're doing schedule sends, we're using that somewhere, it becomes fully functional. So that's the first thing that we're doing. And the second thing is we're configuring sender email, from which all the emails are gonna be sent to multiple email addresses through our Alexa. So we're setting that up. So understand one thing, this is the most important part. If you don't figure this out, it's gonna be messy. Your skill is not gonna work. For some reason, there could be another bull. Do I have Let me try it again. Okay, so for some reason this, let me just reload it. Sometimes, yeah, Alexa could be, I don't think anything else is opened anywhere. Okay, now let me check. So this usually takes some time. Then, do we still have a lot of static noise in the audio? Oh, I thought that the noise was gone. Is it better now, Shubham? If you can just confirm if it's better or it's still there. Okay, it's better. Okay, I just thought that it was gone. Okay. I mean, better means, is it absolutely gone or it's still there? Then I'll just remove this microphone. Is it still there to some extent? Okay, it's gone. Great. Thank you so much. Hey Chuck. Hey Shubham. Thanks for joining. I just forgot to say hi. Okay, great. I'm so sorry. Then all the things that I just covered would have just been out through a very bad audio so far. I don't know. Wait a second. Just open this. I'm really sorry for this. This wasn't intentional. But yes, sadly. Okay, so let's see if the deployment issue has been sorted. Why does Alexa have to do something horrible every time when I go live? I don't understand. Just in case the sound comes in again, please let me know. Then I would remove this microphone. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just trying to check if the, yeah, okay, so, I would just copy and paste. Yeah, I think it's the same. So what I'm gonna do is now I would just test the skill out. So as I said that this skill, I was just not giving a demo of what this skill is. I was just trying to explain how Sendgrid is working. Now I will show you an example how the email is coming in my email address. So as I said earlier that this skill is just a question answer skill. It tells you about a personality, a person, and you can ask that person about their services that they offer, or you can ask them some questions, or any new question that relates to that field, and or if you would want to connect with that person, you can do that through the skill, and it's gonna hit an email directly to that person. So now for instance, let's say I am that person, and so right now I am testing this skill as a different user's perspective, and I have a question to Sohini. So what I would do is first I would invoke the skill. I can still see that sometimes my sound is going very high on the...
I am Miranda's voice assistant. The real Miranda is probably relaxing, teaching, or in virtual reality right now, so I'm here to handle her customer support. I can answer just about any question you might have for Miranda. And, if I don't know the answer, I'll let Miranda know and she will get back to you. Miranda records voiceovers, teaches voice acting, writes scripts for voice-enabled devices, and works/performs in live VR theater.
Now I will ask the question, let's say demo XYZ or whatever. So let's say I would want to send, so if this is the question, or I have a question, how can I connect with her? Let's say this is the question. So now just watch carefully what's happening.
You got me there. I knew you were going to ask me a question that I can't answer. I've saved your query for Miranda, and will let her know to respond to it. You can speak to me again in a few days. I should have the answer by then.
Now, do you see this? Here is the new question. So I just got that question. So I hope I'm making sense now. So what it just did. So when I just asked the unknown question, it sent me an email. And this is the new question, and this is my user email. So I have captured this in the skill in such a manner that whoever this user is who is trying to ask a new question, their email gets captured, of course, with permission. So my skill has got that email permission already permitted, so it's being able to capture my email. So once it does that, then this entire thing, so this I was creating this voice assistant for a friend of mine, Miranda. So so if she would be like, I would create the skill and she'd be using, so she's gonna get my email address. So this is gonna be her inbox right now, and she will receive this question, and later when she receives this, then she can respond back with an answer to this email. So that is how Sendgrid is working in this particular skill. Did I make sense? Do you have any question? Any one of you? Any question? I'm waiting for that. I would love to hear some question. I guess I don't have questions. Okay. I would. If you still have any questions, you can let me know. And I really hope that the sound issue is no more. That really concerns me. That's why I'm asking again and again. Okay, so that was one of the use cases of what Sendgrid does. Yeah, it's a great application. I guess Sendgrid is being like, sometimes I wonder, like I would say something today, I was so excited. I spent around 10 to 15 hours for the past 2 days, and I figured out 2 amazing templates where Alexa uses Firebase. I was just using Firebase, and I created 2 amazing templates that I'll be coming soon, and I'll be sharing live with you people. So it just uses Firebase, and it's like sending in real-time data to the Firebase database through voice. So because Firebase has got 2 types of, one is the cloud Firebase Firestore, which is kind of similar to what this NoSQL databases are. And I guess there's this Firebase real-time database. So I just created 2 skills for both of them, both of the use cases, and that's so awesome. I'm gonna come up soon with that. So kind of, I love Alexa in the perspective of, compiling it with the third-party applications and bringing up something great, because we understand the capabilities and possibilities Alexa has and can do, but when you're integrating it with some other application and doing something, it's amazing always. You never know where it's going to be useful. You never know. So yeah, that was the Sendgrid thing that I wanted to share today. I get it that we do not have any questions at this point of time. If you really think that the stream was helpful, and please forgive me for the noise issues and other stuff, then do hit a like on the channel on this video right now, and hit a subscribe below, and do not forget to share this with your friends. Now it's not yet over, so hold on. So the other day we had some issue with the VS Code, and there was a very big mistake that I did in my code, and I felt so dumb. later on. So I'm gonna solve that. So when I go to, so this was the, so I will share something very funny, very informative right now, which is helpful for you all. So you know what was happening the other day? The issue was with the web server that they have, the web application, the Alexa's web testing simulator. Because that day my VS Code testing simulator was working perfectly because there was a small error in my code. So the parentheses, I was just using these braces, and so it was considering this as a function, but these were supposed to be second brackets. Now it's not gonna throw error, but I just misthought because I just thought that something's wrong with their simulator or stuff. So now I did the parentheses right, and I would just, yeah, so now this code should work. I would just do a demo of this, but it would have been fun. Okay, so let me just do this in my VS Code. Let me just do it. Okay, just hold on for a second. Should be somewhere. What was the name of it? Let me open my VS Code first. Here it is. Okay, I'm so excited. So we're gonna do it. Cool. We're gonna solve the issue today. We're gonna do it. Okay, so I think this was where did we just make changes to the VS Code demo, right? So I will open that. Find, open. Let's go to desktop. Let's go to VS Code demo. Perfect. So I think we've opened this, and this where's the do we have the launch.json? Yeah, we have it. Great. So now we're gonna go open index.js, and we're gonna see if, no, it's not changed in here. So what we're gonna do is we'll just make changes to this part. Cool. So now just, okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll start debugging. Oh, is this, what's that? I think is this the new method to say that, oh, this is new. I just spotted this today. Okay, so now I'm gonna open, just saying something. Region chosen this access token, I don't know what. Okay, so this is just a message that says that this will last for 1 hour. Okay, cool. So now I would open the, where's the test skill? Open simulator. And I'm gonna do, okay, let me just put this down. So we will do VS Code demo. Let's see. Let's hope for the best, though we have no errors today. Hi, you can say hello or help. I would say hello. So now let's open the skill again. Oh, so it takes some time. Okay, now I would open the skill again, and it's going to be randomized. So the previous response was hi. So now it's welcome. Great, it's working. Now I would do again VS Code demo. So now, so it was hi, then it was welcome. Now the word would be hello. So do you see this? It's picking up words randomly. Hi, it did hello, and then it did welcome. Let's wait till it says namaste. Okay, so let's come back. I would say hello. Let's do it again. My obsession with Namaste. Okay, VS Code demo. This would be a bit confusing for someone who is new to my stream today, but this is something that we were trying to do the last Friday in the previous stream, so it's just a demo of that because, oh, I just said hello again. No worries. Just one more last try because I will export this and show how this works. VS Code demo. So this is the last message, and then I will export this so that I can show you what's the hit on export. Are the frames dropping a lot today? Sorry for the port. So this is it, and I will save it inside of the VS Code demo. Saved. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is, where is the import replay session? So now if you hit, okay, let me just close this and let me hit on replay session. So now if I go to desktop and file, open this, now you see it's going to replay the entire session automatically. Now I'm just not doing anything, it's happening. Just look at it. So this is amazing when you want to show a demo to someone. This is a great method. You can just take a look. It's so cool. So it's just replaying the entire session. I'm not sure if the actual Amazon Alexa developer console, which is on the web, functionality is only for this extension. It's amazing. I guess we are losing frames because of poor internet. That. I guess we just lost a lot of frames because of poor internet. But yeah,